Hello guys, this is Big Pete 82 here. Just going to give you a how-to on setting up a Voicemeeter. So first thing we need to do is we need to go to the website. Now if you simply just go to a search function and type in Voicemeeter, can't type when I'm speaking, and go to VB Audio Voicemeter. And from here you may need to click on Audio Apps if it's not this screen. So we need to download two different programs. We need to get this audio cable, so download this one right here, and you can download either Voicemeeter Banana, which looks a little like that. So we've got about three different channels there, or you can download Voicemeeter Potato, which just has a few extra channels and a few extra functions. Either one, they are both free. You can donate money to get an extra cable, one of these cables, but you do not have to. So you can download either of these, the exe file or the zip file, and install it. So go ahead and do that first. Now that we have the Voicemeeter all installed, we need to first of all set up our input and output devices. So starting off with our hardware input 1, this is our main recording device. So our headset microphone is, well, this is my recording device. You can set this to whatever recording device you have. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put up a little drawing here. So these are our headphones, and we're just going to imagine a cable plugging into this thing right here. It gets mixed through this, and you can change levels and all sorts of things in here, and then it's going to come out into B1. Now B1 is this cable here. So the best way to think of this is just a cable called Voicemeeter output. This one is going to go to our Discord and our XSplit or OBS, and that is the main audio that goes into them. Okay, so we set that channel up first. And the next channel that we need to set up is hardware input 2, and this is where we're going to use the cable that we've installed. So you can either use cable output, this one here, or you can use the WDM cable output. Whichever one suits you better. You might just have to have a bit of a play around. This one seemed to work. Okay, and this one is going to mix through, and it's going to go to A1. Now A1 is our hardware output. So in our output here, you've got 5 different methods of output. We only need one if you only have one set of listening device. So this is going to be our headset speakers. If you want to have 2 different listening devices at the same time, you'd set up a second channel and you would check A2 on here. Then what we need to do is we need to set up the output and input devices on the other apps that we might be using. So I'm going to start with Discord first, and we need to go to our user settings and voice and audio. So our input device is going to be set to our Voicemeeter output. So find it in here, Voicemeeter output, VB audio, Voicemeeter VIO. Okay, you also have aux VIO, which you can also use. So this is the one you want. The output device needs to be cable input. Now I've downloaded an extra cable, so I've got cable A. You won't have that unless you've paid a little donation. So you want cable input. Now why it says input when this particular cable then travels back to here and is called cable output, I don't know, but that's just the way it is. So what's going to happen is, let me just grab my little pen. So this Voicemeeter output is going to essentially come up and plug into Discord. It's going to render through Discord, and it's going to come out the other end as another cable called cable input, and we'll plug back into here again. So essentially what this is doing is allowing your Discord sounds to only travel into your headset. And the last thing that you need to do with Voicemeeter is we need to make sure that our Voicemeeter virtual inputs is also coming through to our headphones with A1. The rest of the channels you don't necessarily need unless you want to set up other bypasses with different audio and stuff like that. So literally just these two channels and our output channel and our audio output into our headphones. Now the next thing we're going to do is set up our input and output on our broadcasting or recording devices. So I'm going to start off with OBS first. So in OBS we go into File and down to Settings and to Audio. The desktop audio you want to be heard from the Voicemeeter input. So that's all of the sounds, not including the voice from Discord. So this will hear all of your sounds from your computer, and we'll set that up in a second. The other one we need is the microphone input. So if you set this to Voicemeeter output, this is this cable here, just like we had into Discord, which is coming from our main hardware recording device. So this one here. You can also set this to something different, like your headset microphone or whatever microphone you have. But if you want to be able to render it through this and change your voice and make it sound all funky and stuff like that, then you use Voicemeeter output. Press OK. And next we'll set up our XSplit. So just going to drag this across here. I apologize for the mirror effect. So in XSplit we go down to the cog, or you can go into settings up here as well. I find it easier to use the cog. Go to the audio tab. Under sound settings, system sound, you need to put it into Voicemeeter input, and again the microphone is our Voicemeeter output. Now let me just talk a little bit about the Voicemeeter input. So this is going to hear all of our PC sounds, including pings and things like this. So it's going to hear everything like that. I haven't quite found a really decent way to set up just game sounds. I'm sure there is. However, so it's going to hear all of our PC sounds except for Discord, which is really, really handy. Now you can also change this. If you set it to the cable input, then you're going to hear just the voice. Or actually, I think you'll hear just Discord voices. Yes, you'll hear just Discord voices. If you set it to default, it's going to be the same as this one here, because we're going to set that up as the default speakers soon. And if you want to hear both the game sounds and you want to hear Discord as well, you would change it to your main listening device. But for the most part, for the camera, we're going to make sure that we set it to Voicemeeter input. So it'll hear the sound of the game, but it's not going to hear the Discord voices when you're chatting in the background. Okay, and the last thing that we're going to set up is the default speakers. So if we right click on the sound settings, and we go into sounds, we go to our playback device, and we can change our default playback device to Voicemeeter input, VB audio Voicemeeter VIO. Okay, so that is going to be our default playback system. In our recording is still going to stay as our headset microphone. So if we have all of those things now set up, you should be able to hear game sounds in your stream, but you will not hear Discord. When you have your stream going and you want to hear your voice, you need to make sure that it is not muted here, or you can set up push to talk in either of your systems. And that should be about it. Now there's one other thing that I would like to talk about, because I'd like to explore it a little bit more, and that's in our settings. We go to settings, we go to system, and we go to sound. Now in sound you can also change the Voicemeeter input device from here, but down here under other sound options I discovered this, and I would love to see if there's some way we can actually utilize it. Here, let me just get rid of these. So in here has all of the places where our sound is coming from, and we have our input and our output devices. I'm yet to find a way to actually utilize it, but I'm thinking that if we can change some of these, we can actually eliminate sounds from other places. For example, if you're watching the stream, it'll come up on here somewhere, and you can actually have that routed to your headset and not to the output and input. Sorry, to the output, if that makes sense. So you'd have that come directly to your headset so that it would not get heard by your broadcast. So that would be a helpful thing to do as well. So thanks, guys. Let me know if there's anything that you do not understand. Um, yeah, hopefully we can come up with a really good solution for having our broadcastings work better. So, thanks, guys. Bye.